For the last decade, social media has been overwhelmed with the desire to show off flashy things, inspire, gain validation, and even respect. Today, I'm going to uncover why those that have the money are really more low-key and the dangers of following someone that is overly flashy. Make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to show you where you can start saving money immediately. The first example of something that people go out and buy to influence people, show off, is their car. People go out, buy or lease a car that they probably can't afford. Some people can. Let's not put everyone in the same box. But a lot of people go buy a depreciating asset. They'll finance it, which is even worse, when you could buy something just like it, far cheaper, used, and budget your money better. Another thing people buy is their technology. We've talked about phones. It could be phones, tablets, headphones, Apple Watches, their TVs. You're going to buy some of it. You just don't have to buy the most expensive thing all the time. Go and look for value. Don't be an early adopter. That's a waste of money. These are depreciating assets. It's not even worth it. Buy it for convenience or efficiency to make your life a little bit easier, but it's really spent money. Another thing people buy is fancy jewelry. Diamond earrings, necklaces, fancy watches you can't really afford to buy. I got a buddy who went and bought a $58,000 Rolex. He can afford it, but some people go and buy these things and finance them, and they really can't afford it. If you can't afford to lay down the money right there, you probably shouldn't buy it. I've heard an example of guys dating a girl for a couple weeks and they'll buy them a diamond earrings or necklace. I think that's a really bad idea. That sets a bad precedent too, guys. To me, the worst thing to waste your money on is going out partying at night, going out and getting bottle service, buying rounds of drinks. Who are you trying to impress? Anybody that's impressed by that, you probably don't want them to be your friend. Another thing people will waste their money on might be vacations. They might go to places that are over or out of their budget, like Disney or Universal, for instance. There are so many things you can do as a family or as a couple or even individually that don't cost a lot of money. My nephew, for example, goes on these splunking adventures, or he goes hiking for a week, goes camping, goes kayaking. We go snowboarding 3 times a year. These are valuable times that we spend together. We don't go all over the place, but we set a budget and we go on these vacations, and it's about the value of time, not just going to do it to show off to your friends. Go out, live your life. T-shirts, shorts, flip-flops is my normal dress. I don't really care what people think about how I dress. I have suits and stuff if I have to. Just be comfortable. You don't need to dress and buy the most expensive things. Gucci this, Louis Vuitton that, doesn't matter. Buy quality, but you don't have to spend too much. This is a good brand. Polo jeans are a good brand. Johnston Murphy shoes are a good brand. They aren't $500, but they last. It's about quality versus just a name. If you dress a certain way, if you're wearing a fancy watch, if you're driving a fancy car, it's going to attract a certain kind of people. If you want to be around people that are interested in that, just like finding the right girl, you don't want her to like you because of what you have. You want her to like you for who you are. I can say that as a guy. I think it's important to show who you are. Don't over-represent yourself and just be authentic. So a couple little things we want to talk about where you can start to save some money. I use AT&T. I'm actually looking to go to either Pure Talk or Mobile. Why? Because they're cheaper, and I think they offer the same thing. You could look at getting cheaper car insurance. We have Progressive. We want to go down to a cheaper brand. Look and shop around where you can to save money on insurance, on your food, going out to dinner, your mobile, your subscription services, where you shop, what kind of clothes you have, maybe even the car you drive. So earlier I talked about some tips to save money instantly. One might be your mobile bill. Look at who your carrier is and see if there's other options in your area that could save you money. Look at the subscriptions that you're paying for. Apps like Rocket Money that you probably get advertisements for all the time, and now you're going to get even more after hearing it on this video. You can use things like that app, or Experian has a similar type of budgeting app. There are budgeting apps also that you can plug your account into, and it will track your expenditures and be really revealing at how much you spend getting coffee or eating out or buying movie tickets or subscriptions, all kinds of stuff that we all waste our money on. No one's perfect, like I've said before. But I think another thing you can also look at is saving money on your car. You might have a brand new car, and that feels really good, I'm sure, because it smells great. It has the best technology. But I bet for the most part, one that's 4 or 5 years older does most of the same thing, and your payment wouldn't be as much, or you could maybe even pay cash for it. Dave Ramsey would be very proud of you. For instance, there's a old meme with Jeff Bezos driving his Honda Civic. He was a billionaire, and the interviewer said, "You're a billionaire. You could drive whatever you want." He said, "Well, I like this just fine." Well, that was a while ago. He's got fancy yachts and fancy homes, and he should. He's worth almost $200 billion. You got to spend it, have some fun. That kind of mentality, an old used car might be good enough to get you what you need. It's not as fun or fancy or fast, but it might be what you need. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this.